ABC 17 News is asking leaders across the state how they are preparing for the possibility of more flooding along the Missouri River.
Levee representatives we spoke with say communities are in danger this year of seeing a repeat of last year. In this in-depth report, ABC 17's Deborah Kendrick spoke with the Army Corps and Levee leaders about their preparations.
This is a story I've been following since last April when levees were failing across the state. The Kansas City Army Corps office tells me more than 60 are still in need of repairs. Communities impacted by flooding last year are racing against time to try and get levees fixed.
This year's different. We know that we're leaning on the side of too much water this year already.
And how are you preparing a lot of these levee districts across the state?
Well, I think, you know, we're scrambling. A lot of folks are going out and trying to do some temporary repair work where they can. But honestly, it's been so wet all winter and through the fall, there's been very little work done.
The flood of 2019 lasted more than 270 days. Communities along the Missouri River are still recovering. Just for comparison, the flood of 93 lasted less than 70 days. Almost all the levees that were damaged in 2019 still haven't been repaired. I contacted the Army Corps. They told me it could take up to 2 years before all levees are fully fixed. Communities like Brunswick are hoping for some dry weather to get temporary repairs done before spring.
It's not going to take a lot to flood because the groundwater is completely full.
Bob Littleton, president of the Brunswick and Dalton levee, tells me the more than 20,000 acres of land this levee protects still needs fixing, but fixing it might take longer than expected.
Well, the Corps of Engineers have told us already that come March, if we can get all of our paperwork and everything done, that they will be here to put us a temporary levee up to hold the water back until they can build a permanent levee.
Let's say it doesn't get done. What kind of impact could that possibly have in this area?
It'd be a large impact because water the break is over here on the west side.
My trip up to Brunswick looked much different than it did in 2019. The heavy snow you see in this video is what officials are concerned about up north.
This graph shows the amount above normal of soil moisture, and you can see it's really dark in that same area where this snow is in North and South Dakota, and really along the entire length of the upper Missouri River Basin. So when the snow starts melting and the rains come in the spring, it's not going to soak into the soil. It's going to run off into the river.
While Missouri communities are waiting for dry days to fix levees, the Army Corps says they are working as hard as they can to get all damaged levee construction contracts approved by summer of 2020. The Army Corps also tells me they're doing more public outreach about what's to come this year, training with emergency response teams, and they say they're being more aggressive in their winter releases from the mainstream dams like Gavin's Point. Levee presidents are focused on the right now and what's to come, but looking at long-term solutions for the Missouri River, like raising levee heights, is still on their mind. Now, if you go to our website, abc17news.com, I have the Army Corps' response to that idea and what that process might look like in the future.